On 14th of August 2005, the skies above Athens, Greece, held a terrifying secret. Nearly 10,000 meters high, a passenger plane was drifting silently, a ghost in the air. For 2 endless hours, it ignored every call from air traffic controllers. Panic spread. Was Athens about to face its darkest day? Was this a hijacking? The Greek Air Force scrambled F-16 fighters. The mission was clear: identify the threat. But what they saw inside that jet was something no pilot had ever seen before. Peering through the windows, the F-16 pilots froze. Inside the cabin, 121 passengers sat motionless. Oxygen masks dangled from above. No screams, no panic, just silence. The cockpit, empty, lifeless. And then a figure emerged. A man in a blue shirt and black vest sat down at the captain's seat. But he wasn't the captain. He was moving, searching, struggling, as if desperately trying to fight fate itself. Moments later, the engines failed. The aircraft tilted violently, and at 9:01 a.m., the ghost plane slammed into the mountains north of Athens. Every single soul on board gone. Earlier that morning, Helios Flight 522 departed from Cyprus. On board, 115 holidaymakers and 6 crew members, heading to Prague via Athens. The captain, a seasoned veteran with 17,000 hours in the sky. The first officer, experienced but known for struggling with checklists. The plane, a 7-year-old Boeing 737-300, lifted into the summer sky. But minutes later, at 12,000 feet, the first signs of disaster appeared. An alarm suddenly blared. The pilots, confused, thought it was a takeoff configuration warning. But in reality, it was the cabin pressure alarm. As the aircraft climbed higher, the cabin pressure dropped. Passengers and crew began to suffer from hypoxia, a silent killer. Symptoms: confusion, poor judgment, unconsciousness, and then death. The pilots radioed engineers on the ground, talking about cooling fans and circuit breakers, completely missing the real issue. Within minutes, both were unconscious, and then, one by one, so were the passengers. For over an hour, the plane circled Athens, flying perfectly on autopilot. The F-16 pilots reported a ghostly sight. Passengers slumped in their seats, oxygen masks on, no movement. But then, a flicker of hope. Andreas Prodromou, a flight attendant with a pilot's license, forced his way into the cockpit. He even waved to the F-16 pilots. But his training was limited. The engines were dying, and fuel was nearly gone. At 9 a.m., the plane's engines gave their final breath. 4 minutes later, Helios Flight 522 was gone forever. Investigators soon uncovered the truth. The night before, engineers had left the pressurization system on manual after a leak test. The pilots never noticed during pre-flight checks. When the alarm rang, their confusion and hypoxia blinded them. They lost their chance to fix it. The man seen in the cockpit, Andreas, was the only one conscious long enough to fight. But even he couldn't cheat death. The tragedy claimed 121 lives and left the world in shock. But it also changed aviation forever. Procedures, alarms, and pilot training were rewritten to ensure no plane would ever again drift silently into the sky as a ghost ship of the air. This was the story of Helios Flight 522. The ghost plane. You're watching Clever Key. If you want more haunting mysteries of the skies, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.